Arrma Mojave 6S, a great basher and an all-around fun truck, but it's dated. The last big release of this truck was in 2021, so it's been a while. So not only is the truck overdue for an update, but there's been some hints online that suggest Arrma may be gearing up for a version 3. If you look on Horizon Hobby at the time of this video being filmed, the green one is out of stock and the red one isn't shipping until May. Stay tuned for this video where I share my predictions and my wish list for the version 3 Arrma Mojave 6S. So this video is not going to be about fixing a bad truck. It's going to be about strengthening and upgrading a good truck. As with any RC, there's going to be weak points and strengths. This truck has a lot of strengths, but of course there are some weak points that I hope Arrma improves. First prediction is the chassis. This truck comes with the standard BLX chassis. True Mojave purists will remember that the Arrma Mojave also came in an EXB version in the past. That was a roller, but it came with some awesome upgraded EXB parts. That truck was discontinued in around 2022 or 2023. However, I think the next version of this BLX will also come with the 7075 EXB chassis. It currently comes with the 6061 standard aluminum, which is weaker. But if Arrma follows the path that they did with the V6 Creighton, where the V6 came with an EXB chassis as well as the EXB, then I think this will too. And that logic I think applies to a lot of the upgraded parts that this new version might have. So for example, the new V6 Creighton here comes with upgraded hubs. I think the new Mojave is going to have those as well. Similarly, the shocks on the Creighton were upgraded to this EXB capped and black shocks. I think the new Mojave will probably upgrade those as well. Also similar to the V6 Creighton is the fact that that body is clipless. Arrma switched over to that system for most of its trucks, except some of these more dated versions. So you can see this has the standard clipped version. I can see with each iteration of different trucks, Arrma's experimenting with different clipless body systems. So who knows, maybe they'll try a different one for this Mojave, or maybe they'll stick with the standard one that's on the V6 Creighton. Either way, it's more likely than not that they're going to add a clipless system to this. So all of these upgrades that the V6 Creighton had, I assume they're going to be applying for this version 3. If you look at a standard picture of this current version Mojave, you can see that the insides are quite dated all around. That even includes the motor and speed control, which according to the picture on Horizon Hobby, even comes with the orange ESC, which is really dated. They may have updated that, but their stock picture on the website doesn't show it. So it should come with this updated stealth black ESC and motor. And I'm thinking that they'll probably add a fan to this motor, because the stock one doesn't come with one. The stock servo is quite slow as well, so they'll probably update that to the Spectrum S665 servo that comes with the Creighton and the Notorious, which is quite a bit faster and pretty reliable, I've found. Along with that, they'll probably update the servo saver and the whole steering system to the latest version that Arrma makes. Now, if we really want to follow the footsteps of the Creighton, they came out with the V6 BLX initially, and then they came out with the EXB version 3, or some people would call version 6, where they added upgrades there as well. So what do you guys think? Will they come out with just the BLX Mojave, or will they also add back in that EXB? Maybe a roller, maybe a complete ready to run, who knows? I hope they do, because that truck would be awesome. But if not, I hope that they at least add some of these upgrades here. By the way, if you like the gear I wear in my videos, such as this shirt, and want to represent the channel or the RC community, check out my merch store, where you can find tons of shirts, hats, hoodies, and more. Back to the video. So if they do add that fan to the motor, it's going to be for a good reason. Right now the truck gets a ton of good airflow, so it's probably not that necessary. But that's because it's really open inside, and as a result, tons of dirt and grass fly into this thing when you're driving it. So for the version 3, I really hope that they come out with a system within this body that helps protect it from dirt and debris. You can see here that this 4S Mojave, which came out after the 6S, has this shield inside that really does a good job of protecting the insides from dirt. This one, however, does not have that system, only a basic cage. So that's a big item that I think would help a lot. And Jesus. And would avoid people having to buy aftermarket parts, such as scorched inner fenders or Dusty Motors dust covers to keep the dirt from flying in. Another weak point on the truck is this body mount system. You can see here that I've added a green piece of plastic made by Canadian RC96 from his 3D print shop. I just haven't put the rear one on yet, but it helps support the system, and that's because they're hollow inside, which creates a weak point when pressure is applied and they can easily snap. I've broken quite a few of these on hard landings or when the truck's flipped over. So hopefully Arrma designs a little better system for this so we don't have to keep replacing these or modifying them. You can see I've also added an aftermarket part here in the front, and that's because that front bumper can be a weak point and can easily strip out or break that plastic piece in the front. So Arrma needs to do a little redesigning of that front bumper. Now the last item that I think Arrma should upgrade would be these tires. These are the D-Boots Fortress tires. They are good in many ways, but the downside is they balloon a lot. This truck under power can be pretty squirrely as it is. Oh, skipping over those bumps. So the last thing you need is tires, making it even more uneven. Again, pretty good overall, but have a downside. They're a little too soft. They do also come unglued from the rim quite often due to being pulled apart and becoming pizza cutters like they do. So we'll see if they update that. So let's hear it. What do you guys think? Do you agree with these predictions? Do you think I missed something? Let me know in the comments. And so come back to this video when they release that version 3, sooner or later, and we'll see how right I was. Take care, guys. See you in the next video.